I'm Yasmin, a fantasy illustrator, helping you through your art journey by showing you mine. I figured, since I like to call myself a fantasy illustrator and really like fantasy, that I would go and explore different types of fantasy. And so for this particular video, I'm going to go over Art Decopunk. For this video, what I plan to focus on is what is specifically Decopunk? What visual elements does it take up? Does it involve if you wanted to do it yourself? Some media examples that I found about Decopunk and my thoughts on drawing it, specifically myself. So let's get started. So Decopunk focuses mainly around the 1920s, roaring 20s kind of era, maybe like the jazz era, all that kind of time frame, where technology and innovation was seen as a good thing and positive, and usually had a positive outlook towards the future. And everything was sleek and shiny and metal, and that shiny is going to come back in a minute. So in order to achieve the art elements that involve Decopunk, I found for sure for clothing is very high fashion, cocktail dresses, zoot suits, which I discovered is an actual type of clothing. If you wanted to think about it off the top of my head, like the movie The Mask, the suit that the main character wears as his alter ego, The Mask, that's a zoot suit with the pointy shoulders and the puffy pants that are taper at the ankle. Those are kind of zoot suits. In terms of the background and elements and props, it's very streamlined, straight lines, very geometric. Also curved lines as well. If you can put them in together, those are kind of the titular aspects of props and backgrounds for in the Art Deco style. I also found that the idea of contrasting elements is very prevalent in Art Deco style, in Decopunk. Specifically like soft things, like the soft feathers and the pointed shoulder pads and all those kinds of things. There's very contrasting elements that are involved in the style. Oh, and shiny. Oh, really shiny. Everything is like chrome or gold. Everything's shiny. For media examples, I have a couple. We have, as a game, there's BioShock. Oh, when I tell you I love this game, BioShock, really cool. If you ever have the chance to play BioShock, strongly recommend it. Though it is for a more mature audience. For movies, there is The Incredibles, which I also love too. I also found that Batman the Animated Series also is very within this type of genre. The anime I also found, Big O. I also found that the lines that are in the robots and everything like that is very titular to this genre. Would I draw in this style again? Yes. I also found that I would need, when I'm drawing and investigating and doing these different genres, I definitely have to think and do a bit more research from a lot of different sources before going into the drawing step. There needs to be more time dedicated to the planning step, the research step, before I really feel like I can do it particular justice. I learned a lot when going forward, when exploring all the different types of fantasy in the future. I have to think more about what are the elements that I want to keep, while at the same time maintaining a certain level of recognizable style that encompasses my style at this current point. I also have to be flexible enough to realize that these elements of these styles can also help to grow and expand my own style. So at the same time, I shouldn't be limited to what my style is in order to do the other types of fantasy justice. Tune in for the next video in the series where I start to explore solar punk. What type of fantasy should I do next? Let me know in the comments. I hope you're having a good day. Okay, bye.